And we welcome you back into the Centier Bank studio here at the Region Sports Network. Michael Brander here along with the coach Doug Nelson, here to bring you a little RSN zone here, the semifinal week of sectionals, and we've got some close scores, especially right here on the Region Sports Network. Andrean on top of Wheeler 19-0, and then New Prairie and Hobart are knotted up at 7. Probably not a couple of scores we were thinking, maybe a little bit closer, maybe a score on the board for Wheeler. It feels very odd that they haven't scored a point yet.
Yeah, again, we talk about the depth of Andrean and what they did to prepare themselves for this position, but yeah, Wheeler's got some weapons. So
no question.
Coach Skinner and his staff must have a nice game plan here ready for the Bearcats, especially at Wheeler.
Especially when you get a top 5 matchup, two teams in our Berg Exteriors home improvement top 10. Andrean number 3, Wheeler number 4. Wheeler 8-2 on the season. Andrean 6-4. So that score will be rolling off to our left. What is that? They're over there, just to the left of you. Just over there. Yeah, that way, that direction. We're going to be looking over here to my right because this is where we can see all the scores going on and all that stuff. And looks like we've been taken off the board. Justin said no more looks of us.
Yeah, that's a good thing for our ratings. But yeah, again, it's they.
How about that score right there? 14-0 Crown Point. I feel like that's a low score.
No, here's what I wanted to say, and I thought about this during the week, and it's about consistency, Mike. Portage has been right there all year.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. It's about consistency. The good programs, the good teams are consistent. So if you watch teams, and we've seen it with Wheeler, we've seen it with Boone Grove, and those kind of guys that are really trying to stake their claim. They will show you some plays when you're like, oh my, that's an amazing play. But then they take some plays off. You know what I'm saying? But the good programs like the Crown Points, the Maravilles, the Hanovers right now, they stack those good plays. So I think it's about consistency and discipline and doing the right thing every play. You're not going to play the perfect game, Mike, but you want to limit your mistakes. And those teams that have a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot, they kind of weed themselves out at this time of the year. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I
kind of thought about that a little bit in my.
Completely follow what you're saying. I'm just kind of looking at all the different scores and some updates as well. All right, we got 21-12. That's an update over
that's
from
a close game.
Munster Mustangs.
And I saw Chesterton was up a touchdown in Michigan City.
Okay, so there's our game.
Yeah.
7-7 still.
This game's moving right along.
It is definitely moving. And then you got Andrean and Wheeler. Andrean up 19-0 right now. Some other games we're kind of keeping an eye on throughout Northwest Indiana. Just checking the old social media apps. One thing we were talking about, team that took a little bit of a turn since we last talked. Mishawaka Marion is now up 27-26 over the Jimtown Jimmies.
Oh wow! Because like I said, on paper, Jimtown was the winner or the favorite to come out of that sectional. But anytime you're playing Marion, you're in it again. That's one of those programs that they just kind of reload and that gives themselves a good chance to advance.
And that's one they must have heard you at the Host Connection halftime report, and they were like, all right, we're going to show you, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. That's why you're working in the Centier Bank studio with that Brandner guy.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Knox is still up on Griffith, 34-21 now. It was 34-14 last time we checked in over there. Penn is up 35-7 over Lake Central. So Lake Central gets on the board. One thing we'll mention this in the Region Football wrap-up show as well, Doug, but, I think we kind of feel the more sentimental part of the end of the year with the seniors and saying goodbye to seniors when we get to baseball season,
right.
And oh man, this is this is the last week and this week are the last nights for some of these guys in their high school football careers. So big hat tip to those guys that are kind of ending their high school football careers, and thank you for letting us watch your skills over these last number of years.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and it comes so quick. You spend all week preparing, and then all of a sudden you're done. I mean, your football days are literally done, and some of these guys have been playing their whole lives from Pop Warner on forward, and you're just done. We glorify the winning team, and the losing teams are packing up and collecting gear on Monday. That's just not an easy day for coaches or kids. It's a big time commitment, not just from the kid, but from the family, the whole family.
No question.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially when we get to this point in the year as well, the temperatures start to drop as looks like Mishawaka Marion is up 34-26 now.
Jimtown's hurrying.
Yeah, there's
the
only
clock's ticking.
Yeah, 45 seconds left to go in that one. Jimtown looking for
can't
some
take
help.
a sack there.
Oh my goodness, almost an interception in that one. And the Hobart Brickies have taken the lead 13-7 as we look over there. It looks like with a little over 6 minutes left to go. They pile one into the end zone. So the Brickies waiting for a PAT.
Yeah, the Brickies have a guy, running back, Willie Shear, just had a monster year, and he's a big boy. And again, we talk about it. Teams love to air it out, but at the end of the day, it comes back to that ground game. What do you think about you're watching that Jimtown game? They're playing on grass. I see dirty uniforms, right? I see a little bit of mud. I saw that at Knox, the Knox game too. The Knox is scoring as well down here in the bottom, Mike.
Even toward the end zone, it'll get out of play. 32 seconds left to go in that one. We'll keep an eye. We got Knox up 40-21 now on the Griffith Panthers.
Yeah, it's how do you stop that two-headed monster in the backfield? He's keeping it. That's the leading scorer in Indiana right there.
Well, they're just looking at the folks at home. They're looking at the hometown scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. So
we're getting all excited here.
Wheeler into their
Miles McLaughlin.
Yep. Trying to air it out in the Wheeler game. Going for it up. Nope. Can't come down with it.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 for the Jimmies, though.
Okay. See what's going on in that one. Pressure comes.
Oh.
A little long on the play.
Got behind the secondary. Did you hear any of the hubbub about the Danville game downstate with the delayed penalty where they got an extra play and then the other team scored a touchdown to win the game?
I did not. I was in our nation's capital last week. I did not
watch that on.
I'll have to tune into that one.
Yeah, find that game on your social media. But there was they actually made an appeal to the state for them to make some kind of decision or change, and
interesting.
The state wouldn't budge on that.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, not to say that the state can't do something, but a little tough to be in that situation like that, I would imagine.
Well, I don't think they are able to change the result of the game. You might not have liked a call, but you can't change the result of the game. We see that quite often.
Tell that to the other team.
Well, tell that to the team that Lake Central beat them in baseball, right? I mean, right? There was plenty of calls that they didn't agree with.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, look at the return here for New Prairie.
Oh, look out. The Cougars. Talking about state championships for baseball.
Yeah.
New Prairie Cougars were state champions in baseball this past season. Mark Schellinger.
Coach Schellinger's a good one.
He's coached football in the past as well.
Yeah. He was a Pirate, right? A Maryville Pirate, I believe.
He was with the Pirates, yeah. That's actually where I got I did my student teaching under Schellinger.
Okay. His dad Bob was a coaching legend with Coach Schreiber at LaPorte and won a few games at South Central as well. So good name, a known name. Not only good coaches and good officials, but good people.
No question about it.
Good people, Coach Schellinger.
So New Prairie trying to get something going here late in this fourth quarter. A little over 6 minutes to go in that one against sectional semifinals. Winners move on to the sectional championship next week.
The way that clock's moving, this might be New Prairie's last chance at it, right? I mean, they give it back to Hobart. I don't know if you're going to get the ball back. Justin is flying around right now.
He is all over the place.
Oh, he called that complete? Clock's ticking.
Clock is moving over
Fourth
in
down. That was 3rd and 20.
Mishawaka Marion Jimtown game. They're not going to spike it.
Quick out. You got to get out of bounds. How much time is left?
I think we got to be
3.9 second. One play.
We may have to be careful. I don't know if we're allowed to do play-by-play of the games. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Wheeler's still trying to get something, but Wheeler's going the opposite direction in that game over there in that Class 2A sectional 33. They were into their own territory. Now they're getting bumped back, or they were in Andrean territory. Now they're getting bumped back past the. Oh no, it's Andrean ball. That's why.
Little screen, inside screen play.
You get it there.
I think if you're Andrean, you can't take your foot off the gas.
No, you got to keep it.
Wheeler can
throttle
score quick.
Going, and there was an incomplete pass in the game between. Are they going to? Was that fourth down? Because all of a sudden, Mishawaka Marion is that's final. They said the clock is done. So Mishawaka Marion gets the 34-26 victory over Jimtown.
That's why you play the game.
There will be no Jimmies in Indianapolis.
Judson is advanced. Their game has gone final. That running clock.
As Justin Cole is working the clock, or working the production truck feverishly here in the Centeer Bank studio.
He's like Jimi Hendrix with that mouse.
Oh, we're looking at the Valpo game now. They're up 35-0 over the LaPorte Slicers. That's still in the third.
Running clock there as well.
Coach Nelson loves himself a good running clock.
The running clock is a official's friend. I think it's good for the game, right?
I was doing the clock for a middle school game not that long ago, and I looked down and I was like, "That's some pretty good officiating crew down there." We had good friend Andy Simpson and Kevin Mikesell were down there among others, and I had gone down there and I asked, and they're like, "Yeah, run it, yeah."
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think it keeps people from getting hurt. You know, you get some people that are angry and angry on the losing side of the scoreboard, and you know they could get a little mean. Ooh, that's LaPorte's year in a nutshell, right there.
So Andrean looking to put a little bit more pressure on. Already up 19-0 over the Wheeler Bearcats.
It's like Hanover Central is continuing to roll with another running clock.
Yeah, 42-7 over there against the KV Cougars.
LaVille's up 49-0.
I'm guessing the score has got to change, right? Crown Point 14-0. That's got to get changed, I would think.
See, that's the thing. Portage has got the talent to keep games close. They've done it all year. You know, they've got some playmakers. They've got guys that can make plays and get stops, but you got to stack those plays.
35-7, Penn defeats Lake Central.
What was that score again, Justin?
35-7.
35-7. Justin Cole said that score with a little bit too much enthusiasm.
He was laughing.
35-7. The Kingsmen over the Lake Central Indians. They will take on the winner of the Portage Crown Point game. I don't see your Warriors anywhere on my sheet here, Justin. Went there.
Ouch.
I'm only making the joke because it's Justin Cole.
He went there.
Oh, we love working with Justin. The best part is we're getting Justin to like literally laugh out loud here in the studio today. That doesn't happen very often.
It looks like Crown Point is now up 21-0.
See, that makes more sense.
Yeah, they're gradually.
And I'm not trying. Portage fans are going to start hating me. I'm not saying it because it's Portage. That's just what we've seen out of Crown Point this year. Every game.
Yeah, and Coach Richards done a nice job with Portage this year, and they just again in the 6A level, it's either you're good or you're not. You know what I mean? There's too many really good teams, and it's really hard for a team trying to make that climb from a tier to a competitive tier, and it's tough. But 21-0 is not too bad right now.
No, absolutely. I mean that's not bad for a lot of teams in the way that the season has gone for the Crown Point Bulldogs. They usually get to that running clock in that first half. Knox looking to put on a little bit more pressure here and finding their way into the end zone yet again.
Yet another touchdown.
With 3 minutes to go in that one.
McLaughlin, again. Wheeler, I'm noticing the Wheeler game, Mike, and I'm kind of watching that game a little bit, but they continue to take these deep shots. Klimzak across the middle or slants or shots down the sideline, and see what they do here. That was 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like an incomplete pass there for the Bearcats.
Yeah, they've put themselves in a position where they have to kind of throw the ball, right? You get a little one-dimensional.
Well, because they're moving quick in our games here on the Region Sports Network. 2:46 left to go in that Hobart game, and then over at Wheeler, there's 6:17 to go. A lot of teams are going into the fourth quarter, at least starting that fourth quarter. Looking at Valparaiso, they're only in the third quarter. They may be wrong. They may have already been in the third, and they may just not have adjusted there.
Well, sometimes when New Prairie, say a team from that eastern time zone comes to visit, they might have started. Did they start that Hobart game a little early, 6:30ish?
They could have.
Yeah, they might. That might be an issue.
Started around the same time.
Really, but that in the Valpo game?
Oh, the Valpo game.
Wheeler game.
Really?
Both started.
Sometimes with the eastern time zone team, they kind of start early so they're not getting back too late.
Tell you what, New Prairie's kind of looking. They're getting close to that goal line there, Coach.
Yeah.
I think New Prairie is Central Time.
Is it really?
They're still in LaPorte County.
Okay. I know. It's
East LaPorte County.
it's a weird line.
We trust Justin Cole around here.
Yeah, New Carlisle there. It's a.
Look it up.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's
on it. All right, let's take a look here. New Prairie, 4th and 2.
4th and 2, Mike.
At the 6-7 yard line.
Oh, inside handoff. Oh, he's in.
Oh, and we're gonna have.
Do you go for 2?
Oh, I don't know.
On the road?
Why is the clock still moving?
Nah, that's just our.
That's a Doug Nelson move.
Yeah.
Is
Let it run.
21-14 Chesterton.
21-14 Chesterton.
10-20 left in the fourth.
Okay.
Knew that was going to be a back and forth battle.
Tell you what, Coach, 2 good coaches over there. Coach Peterson, great guy to talk to. Always willing to help out with whatever information you're looking for. Coach French does the exact same thing over there.
They are going for 2, Mike.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. This is a play that you've worked on all
year.
They've
actually got the RSNZONE in their helmet.
Oh, they're keeping it. They're going to do a little tush-push. They got it. Converted it. Wow, they made that look pretty easy. They got a little push from that interior line.
I'm slightly scared that we said tush-push at the exact same time.
You saw that. We've been working together. Knox putting up a big 50 pointer there. Got Hanover Central's up 42-7 still. Does Andrean have the football now? With the clock running?
That's what it's looking like.
Up 3 possessions. Right?
That's what it's looking like,
Yeah.
Yep.
The clock is your friend. Looks like they're calling a timeout.
So for Hobart here, you're not in a position where you have to score a touchdown. You can get into field goal range if you feel confident in your field goal kicker.
Yeah, it looks like they have 1 timeout left, right? And there he is. They're showing some highlights of him, maybe kicking a field goal earlier, maybe, to show his talent. But I think they have one of the better field goal kickers in the region, Hobart.
So
what do you got to get to, about the 30?
I don't know. In terms of high school, I don't know where the range typically is.
Yeah, it's kind of a cold evening, right? So it's not going to travel as well. The wind, there's no wind out there.
Oh, the wind came yesterday.
Last week.
Blew my Halloween costume
My
right
leaves
off.
are in Lake County right now.
Oh, LaPorte gets on the board.
That's all right.
Valparaiso up 35-6. 6:35 left to go in the fourth quarter over there. Still plenty of time over at the Wheeler game. Time's running down, though. Hobart trying to get up to the 30. They're going to run out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock with about 1:50-ish left to go.
That sectional 10 final is going to be good either way. We say Chesterton's leading right now, right, by a touchdown, but you have Valpo in the winner of that game. That's going to be a dogfight. That's going to be a good one.
If that quarter is right, 50-21. Obviously it's going to take a slight miracle for Griffith to get back in this thing, but there's time.
Well, there's time. But you got to get stops, and you're trying to stop the leading scorer in Indiana.
And you got to get a score quickly here.
Yeah, well,
and that's not going to work on that play.
You're putting them in a spot that they like to run the football. So now it's 4th and 10. And the problem is too is one more score from Knox. You put that in a running clock situation, right? That would make it a 36-point game.
So how much? I'm looking over at this Hobart game here. How much? I mean, they're running the ball a little bit. I mean, you're willing to waste some of the time, I guess, here. I mean, how quickly? I mean, you don't want to.
You got to have some urgency.
You want to be able to get down there because you don't want to leave too much time for them to come back and get in that same position where, okay, if you kick the field goal, you're up by 2, and then they can come down and kick the field goal and win by 1.
I think they have to move with a little more urgency right now.
You should be a little bit impressed that I figured out all that math.
That was a lot of math for a Friday evening. And
I'm just glad I'm in here and I don't have to scribble down and update all the stats.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
You can't. Again, that's a flag on Hobart. Yeah, I think they need to move a little bit. They got to go a little tempo. They have to. You got to worry about scoring first. You can't worry about leaving time on the clock. You got to.
Well, that's the thing too. And sometimes, like early in a game, I can see where you waste a bunch of time to not let the other team have the ball, because when the other team has the ball, they may score. But I don't think in this particular case. I mean, you got to get moving. You got you got 70 seconds left and counting.
Yeah, and you're in your own territory.
You're at like the 25-yard line of your own territory, looking for the deep shot. And it's going to be on the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete.
3rd down now. You got to get first downs.
So you would go for the short passes that are at least getting you
crossing
some
patterns.
chunks,
get some crossing patterns,
and then run out of bounds.
And then get out of bounds.
I mean, you have one timeout to work with, but you're under a minute now.
Yeah, you need some yards after the catch.
Those are stats that you keep while doing the games.
I do not.
He takes his shoes off, and we tell him you can't do that.
Yeah.
In the broadcast.
Gets me every time. Oh, look at the onside kick there for Laporte. Oh, it's a double pass. Nope, that was not. A little bubble screen. Well defended. Looks like there's a timeout.
So it looks to be final over at Hanover. 42-14, your final over there. So we're updating our score sheets feverishly here.
And Hanover will play the winner of the New Prairie Hobart game. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah.
So the winner of that one gets Hanover Central, and right now, looks like it's going to be the New Prairie Cougars. But 47 seconds left. That was the last Hobart timeout that they've taken, but they're at 4th and 9 here, Coach.
4th is it. 4th and down. Have to convert.
Crown Point up 21-0 on the Portage Indians.
See, that's what I'm talking about on that 3rd down play. Rather than taking it, they had the bubble screen set up, but you want to kind of cut that in half. So your 4th down wasn't as long.
Well, this is kind of all the marbles right here. A little bit of room to run, but it's closing quickly. Pass is caught at the 40. That should be enough for the first down, I believe. That's a big pickup, and the clock should stop with
stepping out of bounds.
40 seconds left.
Good route, good play. Little urgency here.
So 40 seconds. I mean, again, you're not.
No timeouts.
You don't have to get to the end zone. That's not where you're aiming for. You maybe want to get to the 20, 25.
You need about 30 yards.
Yeah.
35 yards.
Which is, 40 seconds is manageable.
Sure it is. But you have to move quickly. Oh, is that a hold? Oh, boy, he got
hit as he throws.
Smoked.
That'll be incomplete. So 34 seconds, according to our
and that's one thing. I don't think it would hurt to take a sack, because you got to get everyone back. You got your guys running down the field. To get everyone back, that would take 10, 15 seconds in itself.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
I mean, you take a sack, it might be over. I mean, it would take that long. What you got up there on top?
Short.
Is that Chesterton?
Chesterton and City.
4th and 6.
Well, they punted on 4th down, so that's going to be a good field position here for. Oh, we got a whistle in the Hobart game, but that's going to be good field position for. I believe who has the ball right now in that one?
I think
Justin.
That's Maryville. Or sorry, not Maryville.
No,
Chesterton. That looks like Chesterton.
On the left there.
Yes, that's Chesterton.
Okay.
Yeah, Chesterton.
Okay. So they've got the ball. They already lead by a score.
This is Andrew Gavea time, right? Give him the ball. Eat some clock.
Last time I watched him, he had over 250 yards rushing.
Yeah, what a monster, huh? What a great running back.
Had a good game against Lake Central as well.
Team that got beat up by injuries this year, Chesterton. I'm taking a deep shot. A little out and up pattern there, right? A little double move, wasn't it?
That's what it looked. Yeah. So now 3rd down coming up there for the Hobart Brickies. 25 seconds to go. So we just talked about 40 seconds. You needed to move the ball, and it didn't move.
Yeah. Clock's ticking, and the downs are
and now they're at the 30.
coming quick.
So how did they back? Was there a penalty?
I think there was a holding play.
Okay, so we missed a penalty there. So that backed him up to the 35. So
Yeah.
it makes it even longer.
Yeah, Chesterton, you give the ball to Gavea and eat the clock.
Yeah, they got
You're
7
in
minutes left
pretty
to
good
go
field
in that
position
one.
already.
And Wheeler still 19-0 over there on the Region Sports Network.
3rd and 15, you don't want to get it all at once. You're not going to get it all at once. Nice little out pattern where you got about 5-6 yards. So about 4th and 10-ish.
So yeah, I think they got back to that original line of scrimmage there. Boy, how about that? How many times in a game like that do coaches kind of think, maybe I want to be conservative here and just go for the extra point to tie, and then all of a sudden in this one, New Prairie decides to go for 2.
Looks like Knox is still leading, but Griffith has scored. It's now 50-28. Phil Mason and the Panthers are not throwing in the towel quite yet.
That's got to be from a coaching. I'm going back to that Hobart game. That's got to be from the coaching perspective such a tough thing because sometimes you want to take that risk and go for that 2-point. If it doesn't work out,
you're the talk of the town.
You are the bad guy, right? So Casey McKim rolling the dice and getting it.
So New Prairie called timeout.
Yeah, New Prairie had called it. Yep, had called a timeout. So
4th and 1. You say the same thing right there, Mike. 4th and 1, and Chesterton goes for it and gets the first down in field goal position. But you got Andrew Gavea, who's been a machine all year, and you're counting on that offensive line to get you 1 yard.
Now we're going back and forth. I'm looking at this is a weird scenario here where obviously Wheeler is down 19-0 with about 95 seconds to go. They have Wheeler has all 3 timeouts. Andrea doesn't have any.
Yeah, but the clock's ticking and they have the ball, so they're where they want to be. They might take a knee. I mean, no, it's going to be. Yep, that's first down. They might take a knee, unless Wheeler calls timeouts. No,
they're saying run the clock.
They're winding it. They're down by, like we said, down 3 possessions.
All right, 20 seconds, 4th and 10 for the Brickies. Got to get a 4th down. Pressure comes, stepping up, and it's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be a win for the New Prairie Cougars.
That's not easy to do. That's a long ride, and that's one thing I was going to mention too about that Lake Central Penn game. How long does it take to get from Lake Central to Penn?
That's a good question. It's a haul.
That's at least maybe 2 hour and 45, hour and a half.
Well, and one of the things
at that time of the day,
I got to talk to a couple of the players here in the offseason, and I kind of asked how things were going and the adjustments and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that the players told me, and I think this is kind of true for a lot of teams, they want to change the perception of that Lake Central program. They don't want to be considered a bye week. I don't know. And in the Duneland, I don't think you really consider anyone a bye week because anybody can win on any given Friday night. But I mean, man, oh man, they don't. They want to change the culture big time, and I think Coach Koulianis is a guy that definitely can lead that. As Andrean is going to get the win, 19-0 over Wheeler.
Well, I think with I think we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, Mike, but yeah, it's too big of a school to not get better. You know what I mean? They have a very strong Pop Warner program there, but I've heard, we were talking about it to someone. They're kind of trying to get things back in order. That the youth program was in a little bit of disarray. But I kind of show my age a little bit. But when we were in high school, Lake Central was very good.
Right.
They ran the bone, and it was being a Portage grad, we always had to go through Lake Central to advance out of the regional. So they were tough. Is Knox scoring again right now? By the way,
They just got picked.
Oh.
Griffith threw an interception.
Did they?
Yep.
Little pick six action. Yeah, Knox is going to be tough to beat.
It's either that or it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, like a pick.
I got picked.
So Knox and Marion maybe next week, huh?
It'd be an entertaining one.
Yeah.
Marion kind of coming back and getting the win over Jimtown, and Knox is all over Griffith. But, there's 1 second left in the third quarter, and it's 50 to, what did it say, 28? I mean,
56.
a whole quarter.
28.
Yeah.
Chesterton's trying to put the final
56,
touches
sorry.
on that one. Keeper. Big third down there, Justin. Big style. He called timeout. Michigan City's calling timeout.
Yep.
So New Prairie travels to Hobart and gets them.
35-7, Valparaiso defeats LaPorte.
So we've got an official Class 4A Sectional 17 Sectional Championship set there. It'll be Hanover Central taking on New Prairie.
And it might be at New Prairie. Once you advance, it comes down to how many home games you've had.
Right.
And Hanover won at home today, so I'm assuming it'll depend on if New Prairie hosted a game last week. Did they play last week?
They would have had to, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they played home or away. So whoever's had less home games up to now, that's where the championship will be.
Looks like we got a final over at Valparaiso as well. Justin, can you read us? Is that 35-7 for Valpo?
35-7, Valparaiso
Okay.
defeats LaPorte.
So Valpo over LaPorte. We get to talk to coaches on a regular basis about how things are going with their teams. One guy I just absolutely love to talk to is Coach Marshall. I mean, he gives you everything you need. He's so upbeat. I remember the first time I got to watch him in action at a scrimmage or at a Rama or whatever it was. I walked away like, I want to play for this guy.
Yeah.
I want to run through a wall for this guy.
Yeah, and he's got a good staff. He's got Sam Bernardi, Darren Rodriguez, a bunch of guys that have been around a long time, a bunch of guys that have been head coaches. But he does it the right way, and he makes his community proud.
Last week, New Prairie hosted Gary Westside.
Okay.
So they would likely get the home field advantage, we believe.
It's possible. Yeah, I don't know how that goes after if they've had the same amount of home games. I don't know how that goes. I don't know if it's a team on the bottom, team on the top bracket.
30-point game.
So City's got the ball back.
Oh,
What are we doing
It's
there?
looking like here down at the
Still down a touchdown
242.
and a first down.
One of our favorite pastimes is watching Doug give the first down motion. Just the finger in front.
It's
of him.
more like the hot dog stand is over there. That's how it works.
The buffet is the hospitality room is
It is
that way.
right over there.
Shout out Brandon Root, who can sniff out a hospitality room better than anybody else.
Speaking
else.
of Michigan City, they have a great press box.
Oh,
'cause
gosh,
they
yes.
spoil you up there in the press box with
Sandwiches, pizza.
some Domino's and take care of you.
That's why when I see I have Michigan City on my schedule, I'm like, well, that's not a time to start the diet.
Yep. Oh.
Look out.
Oh.
We're just out of the breadbasket.
A little bit behind him, right? You lead him, he's gone. So Andrean moves on.
That's a fundamental in basketball, right? The lead pass,
Got to
right?
throw it out where he's going.
Yeah. So Andrean gets to win 19-0 over Wheeler. I think that's going to come as a shock to a lot of people that Wheeler didn't get on the board at all.
Yeah.
That's just a testament to where Andrean's at. I mean, you got an Andrean team that shut out Hanover.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do, and now shutting out the Wheeler Bearcats.
Yeah, they shut out two of the higher scoring teams in the region, and again, I think that's Coach Skinner and his staff got his guys playing well at the right time of the year. They're going to be a tough out.
I think he's when you talk about some of the top coaches in Northwest Indiana, I think his name kind of, I think it's in that conversation and gets left out a fair amount.
Yeah, again, they're going to be playing the Bremen Lions next week. And there's no weak sisters anymore, right? You can't sneak past anybody. You're going to have a tough week.
It's like facing a Doug Nelson coach team,
or racing me to the hospitality room. He catch that? Holy moly!
No, he didn't.
He did.
Double team.
Might be hurt in the process, but holy moly!
Might have fallen on the ball.
Yeah,
I was looking this up. The Michigan City guys, led by Tristan Hart, the quarterback, and Kyron Hart is their receiver. They're both
he's hurt.
Talented players. They're in range here. They got a lot of time.
Here's the crazy thing, that Knox game, 58-28, but still over 11 minutes left to go in that game.
A lot of points. And when you score, I think that's when you stop the clock. A lot of points. They did have the 35-point lead, right? They got to the running clocks. Oh boy. So here's the question for City: are they going to go for two, or are they going to tie if they get close here?
Both have one timeout left.
Yeah. Chesterton's had that bend but don't break defense all year.
I mean, they played a I had the Chesterton Valpo game earlier this year. They played a phenomenal game. Did I do that one with you?
I was with you.
Yeah, was that
at Valpo?
us?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked. I mean, that was a defensive stand, and that's. I mean, and they came back and got the lead, but we talked about that was a game where it felt like Chesterton was spending a lot of time with the football to make sure, and we didn't talk about it at the time, and it's coming to my head now, but that was a chance to take, not let Valpo get the ball. Yeah,
and I think Valpo tied the game, right, or had a chance to tie, and they went for two and did the old Philly special. Right?
That was the win in overtime, yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's one of those things where we talk about it in every sport. That these dueling teams all know each other so well, right?
That's when you have been in a conference for a fair amount of time, like a lot of these guys have, and you kind of develop a system. You kind of develop, when you say like these teams know each other or these coaches know each other. How often are you really trying to reinvent things, or are you not? You're just trying to say, look, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, and hopefully it's gonna just beat you.
I think you're going to do what you're doing. There's the old saying, it's the Jimmies and Joes, not the X's and O's. The guys have to make plays at this time of the year. Like right now, they have the ball on the doorstep here. Someone's got to make a play for City.
And obviously, a lot of it depends on, you can have your scheme, but if you don't have a guy that fits that scheme, you got to change it up a little bit.
You do. Your tendencies, right? I mean, Chesterton's got an idea of what Michigan City's going to run out of each set that they're in, right?
Because I feel like I hear coaches all the time, they're like, we know that so-and-so is going to do this. We know they're going to do this, okay? Well, when the teams know that, like we know that certain teams are more run-heavy and some teams are more pass-heavy, how do you make that work? How do you use that to your advantage, or do you try to change things up that week?
Well, a lot of times too is how many times can the quarterback change the play at the line? You don't see too many high school quarterbacks changing the play at the line. So they got a first down there? Is
that because?
My point is to make those adjustments as they see a read. If they see a blitz coming, they're in a zone package. So we should be able to make adjustments. But they also, in college, they can also communicate to the quarterback up until there's 15 seconds left on the play clock. So the coach is in his ear, hey, kill the play, that kind of thing.
Yeah, in high school you can't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, I would imagine as the season goes on, you trust your quarterback to read things a little bit more, especially if you have a senior quarterback that has seen and played on Friday nights.
Yeah, you have a Noah Ehrlich, right? I mean,
are
you see, are you going to let him check down? Is Buzz going to let him check down?
I'm sure there is going to be a lot of trust from Coach Bazia to his quarterback.
Right. Oh, he's in.
And that's going to be a touchdown for Michigan City.
Are they going to go for 2 or 1 here?
Ooh, boy.
What do you do, Justin?
15 seconds left.
I would go for 2.
This is the both of these seasons. I'm telling you.
Analytics. Show us the analytics, Justin.
What are they going to do?
We're gonna have to go for 2.
I'm going for 2. They're at home. They're on the road. So they're kicking it.
They're gonna tie?
I don't know if I don't know if I want to go into overtime against Chesterton, who's got Andrew Gavia. He's gonna bulldoze.
High snap.
Ooh.
That's what we're also thinking about the sense that, I feel like high school you definitely don't. There's no guarantee you're making the extra point either. So
they're still scoring down in Knox. 86 total points. And again, we talked about Chesterton, Michigan City, how they've been, win or lose by less than a possession all year. It's going to come down to that again.
do you think about that when you're as a coach when your team has won or lost by as many points, by single digits? Do you think about that in a game like this right now?
Sure.
And that's what you're using that as the motivation.
Heck yeah, you say we've been here, guys.
We've been here.
We've been here all year. This shouldn't worry you. This should not faze you. We're going to go and compete, and we've done it.
Well, there's another touchdown for Knox.
92 total points. But yeah, that the same way you can say, well, if you came back from behind during the regular season in the postseason, you can say, guys, we've been here before. We can do this. We can come back and compete and get back in this ball game. So any experience is good experience. Friday night under the light experience. That also you can't emulate that in practice. You try. We've talked about that in other sports where if you're pressing, you put like 7 guys on the court. Mm-hmm. And say, okay, we got to go 5 against 7 or 5 against 8. We did that today in practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was you make it as hard as you can, so when it happens in a game, you're prepared.
We like to do that in practice for press breakers.
Yeah. We did the same thing.
We also tell the kids they can't dribble.
Yeah, we do no dribble drills, but we'll say, okay, it's a zone press, but I still don't want you to let her touch the ball. Take something away. So it happens in a game. You're composed. Been there, done that.
So you're getting those X's and O's in other sports today too, folks.
Yeah.
You're coming in here
basketball
for
season's coming.
Basketball tutorial. It's right around the corner.
I just think it's
2 guys that coach at the basketball ranks. So.
And you have more hair than me, so that means you're better than me.
Yeah, it's getting grayer than yours, though. Quickly.
Yeah, I just fall out. Mine just falls out. I mean,
I'll take the
He's
gray.
going to take a shot down the field.
We're going to see a little tip into the end zone.
Oh, don't even say it.
On the Hail Mary.
You had to go there. Well, that's it.
Not the same. It was that play was a little bit closer too. All right, a little overtime over at Chesterton. Talk about it. That's a fun place to come watch a football game. By the way,
it is.
Hey, it's us.
How you doing?
We're there.
Michael, you didn't leave.
I didn't leave. I'm still next to you. Yeah, so we've got a chance to watch a lot of games over to our right here while you guys are watching that box over on the other side of him over there.
You got a point at
It's
me.
kind of like the Brady Bunch box.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's over.
Can we put something above us?
There?
Yeah. Just push that over.
Yeah. That'd be neat.
Oh, well, this has been it's been a fun evening. Been a little while since I've been in the Centier Bank studio, and I'm glad to be working with you for the first time here in the studio.
Yeah, always good time with you, Mike, and I learn something every time I'm with you, but
it's not always sports related.
No, it's always something, though. But just a great night, and a great night for high school football.
It really does, and I feel like it's more so than the other sports, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I think when you're coaching in season, basketball can move pretty quickly because you're worried about the games and you're worried about the practices and stuff. But I just feel like when we're calling games, it just feels like, man, this is still basketball season sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when in football does the same thing. These guys are coaching year-round. I mean, high school, you guys are coaching year-round. That is a lot to ask and a lot of dedication that is given to the high school ranks. And again, this is all sports that do this year-round. Summer workouts and weights and stuff like that, and then official practices, once your season gets started. But
I just think I think football's different because they only play like 9 or 10 games. Every Friday night they have a game. So all week they're prepping, and it all comes down to one night. Where in basketball, you have 2 or 3 games a week.
True.
So
it's a lot more travel.
It's a lot more travel, and it's a lot more preparation.
Especially when you have a conference maybe that has a lot more distance in it. Like if you look at the Duneland Athletic Conference, for a lot of these teams that may have to go out to Michigan City or go out to LaPorte.
Well, yeah,
and LaPorte going out to everyone.
Yeah, you come in from Lake Central. It's just the traffic is not fun, and a lot of times, we see it at this. A lot of school corporations are having problems getting bus drivers. So you got to wait for that bus to come back, and those are just those details that a lot of people don't think about.
Well, we've been, this goes under the radar too in the football season, but we've been blessed with phenomenal weather every Friday night.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had any rain. It's been a little while since we've had a night where it's been torrential rain, where we've had to delay games.
I don't think we had any lightning delays this year, did we?
Not that I can recall.
It's been a while since that's happened.
I remember when I first started working with this company over 10 years ago, the first few years I worked here, it felt like every week 2 or 3. The second or third week of the season was always pushed to Saturday.
Yeah, where you always, at some point, you ended up having to spend time in your car in the parking lot because of lightning. And they clear the stadium. But
then you move games to a Saturday, and that just makes things a whole lot worse because the workers who commit to Friday night, and that includes here.
Yeah. You might get a third of the crowd, that you would Saturday, that you had Friday night. But
let me ask you this. So obviously, NFL is going to Thursdays and Mondays and Saturdays and all these days, and then college is also starting to venture off. Do you like the fact that these upper, like NCAA and NFL, are moving to other days?
Man, I think I saw a game on Wednesday night this week for college. That's a quick turnaround.
See, I guess I don't mind it so much on a Wednesday or a Thursday. There is something special about Friday night lights. Me personally, I don't want to see college football on a Friday night.
I agree.
I
looks like
want
Chesterton has got it in for the touchdown early on. But.
Oh, look, Chesterton. All right. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, I want Friday nights to be dedicated to these high school athletes. It's hard in any other sport to do that with, but there's something special about Friday night football, high school. Saturday's kind of devoted to college, and then Sunday is your pros.
But there's also some parts of the state where they play their high school games on Saturday because there's such a shortage of officials.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I know what you're saying, that Friday nights, or the college shouldn't play on Friday nights, but with the size of their TV deals, they'll play about whenever you.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's they're trying to promote and get the ratings.
Getting bigger.
Yeah, the conferences are getting bigger.
So did he get in? Did not get in, and now.
Wow, he looks short. He got stood up. Oh, he got maybe that second
touchdown now.
Second push.
Now they rule a touchdown for the Trojans.
His original push, he did not get in. It was a second and third effort
Governor's
there.
35-20 over the Mustangs.
Mustangs putting up some points. And this is what I said. I would have maybe gone for 2 if I'm Michigan City, because Chesterton is going to be really hard to stop in the 10-yard. They got four downs to get 10 yards. They're going to be hard to stop with the muscle they have on that line and give you. All right, so City's got to respond now, right?
Well, and here, go back to that Valpo game. If Michigan City does get that touchdown, do they go for 2 this time?
Right. And they have every team's got a handful of plays that they're going to run that short that 2-point conversion.
And they walked through it Wednesday and practiced it Thursday,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're ready to execute here on a Friday.
Yeah, and then just like the 2-minute drill or all of that stuff. No timeouts. You put yourself in different positions.
Knox and Griffith still going 66-28 the score over there.
That is a long ride back from Knox to Griffith.
What a season, though, for the Griffith Panthers, and that's a team that's going to come back with a lot as well. This team, kind of really showing the signs that this is a Phil Mason team.
Yeah, and I from what I understand, I mean, I know they had some returners, but I felt like they were a couple years away. Like this is ahead of schedule for Griffith. Does that sound right? But they have some underclassmen.
They're going to be licking their chops at that point.
Yeah, they have some underclassmen in their program that are ready to right the ship. That Coach Mason was pretty high on. Through his hands. First down. Got a flag.
So we have quite a few finals in here already. Just a couple of games remain. And we'll have the Region Football wrap-up show for you on a separate stream.
Yeah, it looks like Knox is going to advance, and with their 66-28 lead over Griffith, and the clock's running, but
and they will take on the Mishawaka Marion Knights.
A lot of attention on this Chesterton game right now.
3rd and goal, trying to find the end zone.
Oh, through his hands. That was 3rd down already?
That's what it says up on our screen here.
Now it's 4th down.
For all the marbles. Goes back to that. Do I
Did
go
you
for
play
two
marbles
play?
as a kid?
I've never played marbles. I'm not that old, Mike. This is.
I lost mine years ago. And ball is loose. And it looks like it's going to be recovered by Chesterton, and that will be it. Chesterton wins it 28-21. And I mentioned earlier, congratulations to all seniors around the state, whether losing last week or losing this week, and ending their terrific runs. It's hard. I mean, you watch the pain. We're watching the video, and Justin switched it, so we didn't have to watch the pain nearly as much. But from a coaching perspective, you know how hard that is.
Oh, it's hard.
It's rough.
There's no talk that you go back in the locker room and talk to your kids, and that's just a talk that a coach dreads. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's about as bad as cut day, to have that talk with kids, because there's nothing I can say at that moment that's going to help these kids feel any better. Right.
Yeah, it stinks in that situation, but it is part of the game, part of life.
It's a necessary. There's some. What is it? Only 6 teams are going to win the last game of the year.
Right.
Right in 6A football.
That's why sometimes you wonder, is it better to lose earlier, or is it better to lose? I don't know. For some people, if you go on a magical run, it's like, well, at least we got there, kind of mentality as well. It still hurts because you had this magical run, and you're kind of thinking like, hey, we can do it.
Yeah.
And we're just talking, any sport, any team, and not necessarily anything going on here this week, but looks like Knox is going to get that win at 66-28.
So our games.
I'm not going to lie, Justin, I'm not sure what that signal you just gave us was. It looked like it was that a home run signal? Is this like we're going to...
Are you doing a lasso, Justin?
Okay,
2 words. Is it a movie? Is it a movie?
2 words. It sounds like.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Doug, we are in the air.
Oh, that's okay. That wasn't explicit, was it?
No.
It's a decent song.
These are the silly shenanigans we do off air on a regular basis.
You have to laugh at yourself.
Trust me, I do. Trust me, I do. All right, that's going to wrap things up for the RSN Zone here. We're going to have the Region Football Weekly on the other side. in just a few minutes once all of our games around Indiana wrap up, and we'll give you all those final scores, and we'll start setting the table for next week in sectional championship Friday night. Let's see, what is that, November 8th, right? No, November 8th, Friday, sectional championship next week. So thanks for tuning into the RSN Zone. For Justin Cole, this is that guy, Doug Nelson, that guy.
And this guy.
And this guy. So we'll see you in just a little bit on the Region Football Weekly Show, or Region Football Wrap-Up Show, in just a few moments. You've been tuned into the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention Strack and Van Til Reward members. From October 16th to November 19th, spend $400 and you'll earn yourself a free turkey. That's right, a free honeysuckle turkey, between 10 to 14 pounds. Get ready to gobble up some savings this Thanksgiving season. Keep tabs on your performance in your rewards account. 2 offers per account, so make it count. Don't miss out on this turkey-tastic deal at Strack and Van Til.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Bring the whole family together for a warm, delicious meal this holiday season. Strack & Van Til has everything you'll need to satisfy their cravings. Just in time for Thanksgiving, we are carrying an incredible variety of fresh, frozen, organic, and even locally farmed whole turkeys that will truly make your mouth water. With meat so tender and juicy, this will be a meal they won't forget. Life made simple, meals made easy. It's a Strachan Van Til thing.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.